Alright, so basically, an entire group of YouTubers have just disappeared. And the YouTubers I'm on about are the ones that just don't care. The YouTubers that just have no filter at all, which some people may call the bullies of the internet. Do you remember the channel Chubbs? He disappeared. Chubbs, he was also part of that, that edgy part of YouTube where they kind of bully people, but didn't. Now, the biggest one out of all of them people was Leafy. Now, I know a lot of people hated Leafy for their own reasons. However, I want you to just hear me out. In this video, I'm going to explain why we need those kinds of channels back, and what a better place to start with iDubbbz. Now, iDubbbz was kind of like a Leafy channel in a way, but not so hostile, which is why people liked him. However, recently, he's kind of shot himself in his own foot. He's practically just destroyed his entire online image. iDubbbz became successful on YouTube because he was that edgy guy who just exposed people for who they really were by making content cops and basically just ridiculing the morons of the internet. However, now he's just proved that as he's got older, he's become the same as them. He's now saying that it's okay for his girlfriend to have an OnlyFans, which is so ironic because a couple of years ago he was making fun of people for doing that, calling them insults like trashy. Now, this YouTube drama woke up Leafy. Leafy came back with one of the best responses ever. It's a really short response, so I'm just going to show you what he said.
Anything from double penetration all the way over to lewd cosplay and everything in between. And I think all of it is cool. Yeah, I know.
Dude, you're a fucking cuck.
Right, so why do I care about a response which you may think is terrible? Well, it's simple. iDubbbz was one of the main reasons why people ended up hating Leafy. Eventually, Leafy would quit YouTube on his own terms in around 2017 in December. And people hated Leafy by the time he left because he was apparently bullying children. And you can't deny as well, iDubbbz's content cop had a big impact on Leafy. From that one video, it then made it so that it was Leafy that was getting bullied because of his chin. When he left, people were happy. The bully's gone. So what's YouTube like now that he's gone? The answer's terrible. YouTube is now in this climate where you have to be PC, you have to be family friendly. Like, you can't swear, you can't say anything that might insult someone. The problem is no one is pushing the boundaries anymore. It's all just content that's safe for kids. And I'm sorry, but there is a YouTube Kids. So the normal YouTube, which is primarily used for adults and teenagers, it shouldn't be censored in the same way. So you may be thinking, what's this video got to do with Leafy? Well, in my opinion, I think he was the true content cop of YouTube. He was the main guy that was calling people out for making terrible videos. He called out people for making cringeworthy content, which is important because you need people to be realists. You need people calling you out for making crap content, because if there isn't, the standard of YouTube will drop. And it has. When people like Leafy left, all of the edginess, everything about YouTube, its soul, it went with them. Now, I respected Leafy and his content for one reason. In a way, it kind of kept people in line. If you had someone like Leafy calling you out for making terrible content, it's going to put you off, isn't it? You're not going to want someone to just rip you apart in a video. Now, I know people hate negativity and people want everything to be positive now. However, that's not the way the world is. It's not always positive. We need people just being brutally honest to get YouTube out of the state that it's in now. We need people just being honest and just stop hiding behind this censorship, because at the end of the day, who's actually watching YouTube? It's teenagers and young adults. It's not little kids. So why are we forced to make videos that are censored so that children don't get offended? The actual audience watching YouTube finds offensive stuff funny because they know it's a joke. We shouldn't be forced to stop swearing. We're being more relatable to our audience. Just imagine this, yeah? Imagine all of the YouTube creators went back to the glory days. The ones in 2016 where everyone was edgy, people didn't care, they just had a laugh. Because the entire platform was doing that, advertisers couldn't demand saying we need family-friendly content. Think of it this way, yeah? It's like MTV back in the 1990s and like the early 2000s. Advertisers would have hated putting their adverts on programs like Jackass. However, they had to because they knew that is where the audience was. We need to get YouTube back to how it was, where people could be themselves, talk how they normally would. Don't have to be worried that they're going to get demonetized if they say one bad word or offend someone. I mean, for God's sake, one of my videos, I'm an insignificant YouTuber. One of my videos got removed for bullying because I called someone out, Christian Handy, for making fake reaction videos to pranks, which is clickbait, which is against YouTube's terms and conditions. But because it's not offending anyone, oh, we'll monetize that. It's just ridiculous. It really is. We need people back like Leafy to show everyone that what they're watching is in actual fact terrible. And if I'm wrong, explain this to me. How can someone like Morgs, of all people, make so much money from making that horrendous mess that he calls content?
Someone's help with this video. Hey Mum, I need your help with something.
Oh no, Morgan. What now?
No one on the platform likes Morgs. He's a cringeworthy embarrassment to the platform. Having content from people like Morgs just makes YouTube's reputation look terrible, because if that is one of the most successful channels, people are going to think, well, I'm not watching this. I'm just going to stick to Netflix. We need channels back that aren't censored and will just tell people, you're going to make cringy content for kids, go away. Look, my message is this. We need people back like Leafy to just say it how it is. You know, people who aren't cowards. You need harsh criticism to get better. That's a rule of life. And now that everyone has stopped giving this criticism, everyone on the internet is just so sensitive. I made a video about why Jake Paul will win a fight against KSI, and because I'm not kissing KSI's little ass, they were so angry. People want you to just be so positive and say good things about each other. However, I'm not like that. At the end of the day, YouTubers and everyone on the internet, we all need a reality check at one point. People like Leafy, he was there for that. Made people feel bad for making cringe. So let's do a little test. So for everybody who wants censored, fake people on the internet that make videos that appeal to children, dislike the video. However, if you want the good old days with people like Filthy Frank, H3H3, Max Mofo, you know, all of that good stuff, like the video. If you're new to this channel, why not subscribe? It really helps out. We want to hit 100 subscribers by the end of the year. But that's all from me now. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace!